Welcome to the Wake Up Dad Show. This is episode number 16.
Wake up, Dad!
Are you confused and overwhelmed about your role in all the craziness that is being a dad? Are you struggling to create the life you hope for? Are you looking for other dads to share your struggles and your triumphs? Or do you just need help waking up in the morning? Join your host, Dr. Scott Vatcher, as he explores the amazing and sometimes crazy world of being a dad. This is the Wake Up Dad Show.
Hey Dad, and welcome to another episode of the Wake Up Dad Show. This show is dedicated to you, the dad who wants more. More success, time, health, fitness, connection, passion, and all-around awesomeness. I'm your host, Dr. Scott, and on today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about something that you got to keep at, and that is persistence. So, sit back and relax and have a listen. Today's episode is going to be a short and sharp one, but we're going to talk about persistence. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it means keep going. It means keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep doing and keep doing and keep doing. Find what works first. Okay, guys, if you are heading west looking for a sunrise, it's never going to happen. Okay, guys, so that's not what today's episode is about, but you got to start thinking about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And, you get clues to that, guys. You know what's working, you know what's not working for the most part, but look at what's working and then keep doing it. And if you don't know what to do in a particular area of your life, remember the 5 P's: power, purpose, parenting, passion, and providing. In any of those 5 areas of life, Dad, look at which area is not working. And if you need help, ask for some help. Get a mentor, get a coach, ask a friend, do something. But when you start finding what to do, this is the key, guys. Just say we want to lose some weight. This keeps coming back to the weight issue because I think a lot of us have that issue. It keeps coming back to the weight thing. And if you want to lose weight, then it's pretty simple what you got to do, isn't it? You got to move more and eat less, generally speaking. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that in obvious cases. You look at hormones and you look at all kinds of different things. But really, basic comes down to the idea of eat less and exercise more, doesn't it? When you start doing that, though, say you get real motivated and you do boot camp and you go and you exercise your ass off and you eat nothing and you lose all this weight, and then guess what happens? You go back to doing what you're doing before, and 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the road, you're in the exact same position, except now you feel even worse because you were there 6 months ago where you wanted to be, and now you're not anymore. So persistence is key, guys. I'll give you an example in my own life. I just came back from a singing lesson, and I really didn't want to go today. I've probably had about a dozen of these singing lessons now, and I honestly have not been practicing that much. I've been super busy, with the release of this podcast and all kinds of other things, work and, life. I'm not making excuses. But I'm just saying it wasn't enough of a priority in my life to put it at the top, so I wasn't really practicing. So today came by and I needed to get some episodes ready, and I just would have rather done that than go to this singing class. But I went, I was booked, and by going time and time again, I'm getting better. We picked a new song today, Pearl Jam, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town. People out there, I bet, know what that one is. If you don't, look it up because it is bloody awesome. One of my favorites. And by the end of one class today, I sang through the whole song. She played guitar and I sang in a microphone with the music blasting and my own voice blasting back at me. Pretty intimidating. And you got to when you sing, man, you got to sing. When you get to those high notes, you got to punch it out loud, and it feels awkward. Man, I don't know if anyone else has tried to teach themselves how to sing when they really can't sing, but it is awkward and weird. But anyway, so I was persistent with it. I've gone back. I'm going back. I've got another one booked. And she said I was 90% on pitch today in the first song. And I was like, woo, that was awesome. It felt great. And I'm getting it slowly but surely. So guys, it all comes back to consistency. You're going to hear this message from me over and over and over again because it's what works. Being the weekend warrior guy who exercises every now and again and injures himself because they exercise too hard because their mind says more than their body can do, or who goes on a crash diet and thinks that fasting for 2 weeks at a time to lose a bunch of weight is the best way to go. I'm not talking about fasting being a bad thing, but I'm saying if that's your way to try and drop some weight, or say in parenting, not taking the time to be with your kids on a consistent basis and then wondering why they're acting up because you haven't taken the time to be with them. In your purpose, not taking the time to sit down on a fairly consistent basis and look at what your purpose is and start working on it and start going towards that. In providing, making sure that you've got some kind of system, some kind of plan set up. And in passion, guys, it's probably one of the easiest ones to lose out on. It's probably one of the most important ones. But, figuring out a time that you can have a date night. And if it isn't a date night as in go out, you can have a date night inside if you want to. So there's the 5 P's. So DADWORK for this episode is look at the 5 P's. Which one of the 5 P's are you completely out of balance in? Which one of the 5 P's are you needing to work on? Talk to somebody about it. Talk to me. Give me a message. I'll try and help you through it if I can, or try and find somebody who can. And start working on it and figure out what type of persistent, consistent action that you can do on a day-to-day basis to help you get to be the best dad and the best man possible. Well, that's it for today. That's it for today's episode. Dr. Scott signing off. Now, guys, go check out the website. I got some really cool resources on that website. Pop in your email, get the 2 video series on how to make a bulletproof coffee and your morning wake up stretch and movement routine. Go down to the bottom of the page and pop your name in so I can see. I know through one of the trackers that we have that I've got at least 21 different countries listening to this podcast. But on my little world map on my website, when you scroll down to the bottom, you can put in your name and your city, and it'll pop up with your name on there to let people know about where you're listening from. I think I've got like 3 or 4 countries on there. So there's a lot of people that are listening out there that haven't been to the website yet and done that for me. I've got a goal to have at least a person in every single country in the world listening to this podcast. So guys, get onto that website and do that for me. That would be a fantastic favor, and that way I know that you've done it. So guys, signing off. Dads, let's keep becoming better dads together. See ya.
Do you want to know more about the Wake Up Dad movement? Go to www.thewakeupdadshow.com to download any and all past issues of the show, claim your free gift, or to directly ask Dr. Scott any questions you have. Continue the conversation on the Facebook group Wake Up Dad. Share this podcast with other dads on iTunes or Google Play. Make sure to subscribe to the show and give us a rating so we can reach more dads. And dads, one last thing. Wake up!